Hi there guys, it's John Holt here with The Audio Journey, helping make music production accessible to all. Now recently I was lucky enough to get the chance to interview Graham from The Recording Revolution. Now Graham is the founder of The Recording Revolution, which is a blog and a YouTube channel. Now Graham's a music producer, he's an engineer, he's a musician, a singer, a songwriter, and he's a YouTube educator with over 280,000 subscribers. Now this is a snippet from the full interview that I did with Graham, and in this clip he's going to share 3 common mistakes that he sees a lot of beginners make, and in fact made himself. Now this, as well as loads of other valuable tips, are in the full interview, so be sure to check that out at the end.
On the recording side, I wish I knew early on that when you record into a digital interface, especially back then, but still today, to not record so loud. All I thought was like the meter. I never used a meter other than like a giant clip light. Like who cares what the level was as long as it didn't clip. So in essence, why even have a meter? Just have a giant clip light. That's the way I used it. Like as long as it's not clipping. And in fact, I would take it a step further. I was taught like record things as hot or as loud as possible without clipping to like maximize the bits or the sound or whatever, which is actually a giant lie. It's really a holdover from the analog world where we needed to get louder than the tape hiss and louder than the console hum and louder than all the noise floor. Just recording was a nightmare until the last 10 years. I mean, everyone wants to go back to the good old days, but they were awful. They were loud and noisy. People 50 years ago would have killed for the pristine, quiet, clear recording environment of a $99 Focusrite Scarlett Solo and a SM57. They would have killed for that. Mic placement. I was so lazy, I would just put up a microphone in front of a guitar or a drum kit or my mouth, and I would assume that's what it sounds like. I would never really take the time to adjust the angle, the distance, where am I in the room, what's behind me. I didn't play with that because I didn't think it would make that much of a difference. The magazines tell you the microphone will make a difference, and while every microphone sounds different, you could have one microphone and just adjust it all day long and have totally different sounds. And so I didn't know about that. I wish I had spent more time in early days adjusting mic placement until it sounded its best. Now I'm a little more picky on recording day. I'll take the time to get it right. And then also in the recording phase, I recorded as mmany tracks as I could possibly think of, and I would just layer things as opposed to strategically thinking about arrangement. There's an article I want to do, or video, I haven't done it yet, but it'll be something like what Green Day, Eve 6, and Lit can teach us about super wide mixes. And the point is like all those bands have the same format of one main guitar part, but it's double tracked, panned wide. So there's really only like 2 guitar tracks, bass and drums and vocals up the middle, and it sounds massive. It's like, why does it sound massive? Because there's only 2 guitar tracks. And it's really simple. If you layer so many guitar tracks, it just starts to get mushy and less distinct. So less is more, and strategic arrangement makes the difference of how big something can sound. I would just try to layer as many guitar parts, and it would just all kind of mush together.